Kia ora, my name is Philip, aka Sneaky, the Whananator Determinator, your inspirator.
My name is Amanda. There you go, you got it. Amanda Carolyn Smith, yeah.
Kia ora, and taro whalawa, my name is Mataia Salatielu Tiatia, or just Sala for short. I am the team leader of the Rangatahi Ora Team, also known as the Youth Rec Team here at Te Ora Hau o Tautahi. One of the out-of-school programs we've been doing for the last, 35 years is our clubs program that we have Monday nights, and that's for the ages between 13 to 16. They're both male and female. And then our intermediate program is after school as well, which is called Te Pihi Ora on Thursday nights. In school, we have this program called Rangatahi Rangatira, empowering our young people to stand in who they are.
We do a junior Rangatahi Rangatira in intermediate, and that's to kind of tautoko our transitions program, so those young people who are most at risk of not transitioning well from intermediate to high school. And we kind of do a lot of pre-work throughout the year, so by the end of the year, you know, their self-esteem is built up, they have confidence in who they are in their space and what they can contribute when they get to high school. We also empower them to have a voice, especially around their identity, so that they feel confident enough to speak up if they feel like they're not being seen or heard in that high school setting.
There's no holidays for youth records. Yeah, no holidays at all. We do youth 24/7, especially on the holidays where we have a whole week of just running around with young people from different spaces, and we just, our youth rec team come up with amazing activities and experiences our young people probably never experienced before.
The kids have just gone through 3B. Don't know what that means, but we started off quite complex. It's quite heightened, but now they're working as a team, and as you see, we're almost at the end of the course. Let's go.
So I have the privilege of creating programs to help young people re-engage in education, or for young people who have disengaged to engage in some form of education. So education being a really broad term, we kind of get the young people to determine the outcome, so it's not necessarily like that real mainstream set of education like returning to a formal setting of schooling. Education could be getting their license, making a CV, getting a job, getting work experience, but at the core of it we weave our toha through it, and we take them on the journey from a rangatahi to a rangatira. And we help them sit in their rangatira space. So rather than just being like, you need a job or you need a license or you need to be contributing to a community, which half the time the community they're a part of rejects them for lots of reasons, we want them to find what they're passionate about, what their purpose is, to look for their God-given talent, and we explore that with them. So rather than just filling a need and them being like, oh, I'll do it for now, we want them to find fulfillment and achievement in what they do.
And last but not least, one of the other programs we have is Whakapakari Leadership Program that's been around for a long time as well. These young leaders are from the ages of 16 to about 25. Young leaders, they really want to make an influence in the community, and they just use a bit of generosity in their time to operate in some of the programs that we really have here in Te Ora Hau, or just go into the community and just share their voice and what's important for them and their family. Youth work is so important to Te Ora Hau because it's basically the foundation of why Te Ora Hau exists. There was one time I was doing a bit of youth work back in Puriroa, and I remember being a part of this massive conversation about our rangatahi in the community, and there was a counsellor that stood up and he said, our young people are the youth of tomorrow. And I politely disagreed with him, and I said, actually, I disagree with you. Our young people are not the leaders of tomorrow, they're very much the leaders of today. And that's what we try to do, is create spaces for our young people to have a voice, to enhance the opportunities for them to influence and share what's important for them, what's right and what's wrong.
What would you call it? Like, this is the gateway, in a good way, to learning about your culture in a safe space, to encourage you to then want to reconnect to your whakapapa whānau. So it starts off as a kaupapa thing, and it is so important because our worldview is that in order to know your way forward, you need to know what has happened in the past. So it's really, really imperative that we, help our rangatahi and their whānau reconnect with who they are, because otherwise they'll keep functioning in a society that still will continuously reject them. And being rejected is okay, but you have to be okay with yourself, and you can only be okay with yourself if you've got a real strong sense of identity and belonging. So most of our programs that hold rangatahi to rangatira, being in the rangatahi stage, weaving into yourself is actually looking back and finding out where you sit in your own whakapapa to know how to go forward. I think we do that really well with our urbanised Māori.
So I'm lucky enough to work at Te Ora Hau for 10 plus years now, and I've journeyed alongside a lot of these young people, and there are certain young people and their whānau that you build a really good relationship with throughout the years, and I was lucky to work alongside some of them from intermediate age through to high school age, through to helping them find a part-time job, and and eventually coming to my wedding. So building that relationship, been going through the highs and lows with them.
From them to our alternative education school, or young people that are from intermediate or high school, they all have that similar need. Love and connection. And we create spaces here, and our youth workers, Rangatahi Ora navigators, do our best to be that significant adults that provides a little bit of love, a little bit of connection.